Hi everyone, I'm Josh DeGroot, your chemistry instructor for this semester. Spell my name, Josh, and then my last name, DeGroot. The D is lowercase, there's a space, and there's a capital G. Feel free to just call me Josh. Doctor is fine, professor is fine, but most people just call me on first name basis. I'm totally cool with that. Just don't call me Hay. Hay is for horses. So this video, I just want to talk about class culture, even though this is an online class, and kind of a typical week in the class and the homework platform, just so that you can get going. Hopefully this doesn't take overly long. In terms of class culture for online class, thankfully we have the lab component for class where y'all can hopefully get to meet some other classmates and kind of get more of a hands-on feel for chemistry, meet some real people. But in terms of like the online lecture portion, I'm not going to be mandating discussion boards or things like that. That's not really my style. If people are really wanting that, they're wanting a discussion board, a place where they're going to ask questions, share things, I will organize that if people are wanting that, but I don't want to like impose that. So let me know if you're interested in that. How I run my class, I want everyone to feel like they have a chance to succeed here. This is not going to be a class where people are competing against each other and only like the top 5-10% of people get A's, nothing like that. If everyone gets 90% or above, then everyone gets A's. For me, it's pretty simple, and I think that would be a cool thing to happen. I realize not everyone out there is necessarily shooting for an A. Some people admit to me, hey Josh, I'm just looking for a B or C, whatever. I would have you consider maybe the higher grade. That might be better for your career prospects and stuff, but I'm not gonna, it's college, I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to do. But everyone can succeed in this course. I want this to feel like a place in a class where everyone can succeed, and that no question is stupid. I want people to feel like they can approach me with any question. I don't want you to be so scared of asking a question because like, oh, Josh explained that before. This is a dumb question. I'm going to look stupid in front of the others. The way I try to run my life is I like to be like a useful fool on purpose, just so that I can get the information I need quickly and effectively, and oftentimes people have the same silly question that I do. So I want this to be kind of like a no judgment zone for chemistry. So all right, so let's talk about grading. Okay, if you want like the full details, you can access the syllabus on our course webpage. Here's how you access the homework. You click that link for active. I detail all that in a separate video. But long story short, once you register with that link, you can use this direct link in the future and bookmark it so you can go to our homework tab directly. Okay, fall syllabus, I have it here as a PDF. If you need a screen reader friendly version, I have a Microsoft Word docx file here. Okay, and a typical week, you're going to see a list of videos. Okay, so you can see I'm working on this welcome video right now that will be posted after I'm done, along with the active homework how-to video, just 2-3 minutes. And then the videos of the week, you'll just see week 1, and you watch these videos, and don't just watch, you're going to be taking notes and all that. Do I grade your watching of these videos? Currently, the answer is no. Don't convince me otherwise, unless you really want to. I don't have like little questions in there to pause you, interrupt you. Again, that's not really my style. I just want to give you a content library where you can go at your own pace and feel free to explore it to your liking and to your needs. The important things from the videos: take notes, do the example problems. Don't just passively watch. At least if you're going to passively watch or listen, I guess that's okay. Maybe you can do that for a first time, but maybe you could consider a second time where you're actively taking notes and doing the practice problems. The practice problems, this class isn't guaranteed to be entertaining. If it is, great, but I am going to make you work. Please do those practice problems. And the way you're going to be graded in terms of watching these videos and doing practice problems is not watching video or practice problem grade itself. That's based, that's going to be you're going to be evaluated for that in terms of how you do on the homework. Okay, so homework is on the Active Learning app. 8% of your grade. Okay, and with that number, I try to strike a balance between you actually wanting to do the homework, but not so high a number that you feel tempted to just do the homework for the sake of points. Okay, and I don't want homework to feel like a quiz. I don't want it to feel like a test. I want the homework to feel like a place where you can learn and fail and experiment and try things. So I set the number of attempts on each homework question to be 10 attempts. I think that's a good balance. If all of you are honestly needing more attempts than 10, I could maybe consider upping that number. But I will say in the past where I had 20 attempts, 50 attempts, I had some students admitting to me, Josh, I'll just go in 1 incorrect, 2 incorrect, 3 incorrect, and just typing numbers until something was right, just so I could get points. And so I want to avoid that situation. I want the homework to push you a little bit. Depending on the chapter, we go about a chapter a week. It can be anywhere from 60 to 80, even 100 questions, maybe for 1 or 2 of the chapters. It really depends on the type of problems, whether they're fast or slow problems, whether it needs a lot of repetition or after just a few examples, I got it. Okay, but homework typically is going to be due, at least the semester I'm recording this, Mondays of the following week. Okay, all right, homework 8%. There's going to be a little, I put essay in quotes, / project, okay? So look for a separate email talking about that assignment, but at the time of this recording, the essay is just a few pages. You talk about an element or a compound of your interest. Maybe it relates to you or your life or your career. Maybe that chemical even personifies you. I am like oxygen. I am essential for life, yet I have a destructive tendency. I don't know. So look for more details in that assignment. And then the other half of that essay is you're going to be talking about what sorts of skills you think you need to be successful in this course. Okay. Dare I say easy 2%. I mean, nothing's easy. Easy is a dangerous word, but if you make a good effort, make it enjoyable writing, I think you'll do well. Okay. So let's see, we're at 10% so far. The vast majority of your grade in this class is going to be quizzes. Okay. Maybe I should use the word quest. Quest is quiz, a quiz test. Okay, so quiz test, quest. And that's going to be 60% of your grade. We're going to have 7 quizzes every other week. Okay, 7 quizzes, and that's going to be 60% of your grade. All right, boom, boom, boom. We're at 70%. Lab is 20%, and then the last 10% is going to be the final. Final exam is 10%. We use a final from the American Chemical Society, ACS. That final is not written by me. It is written by ACS. It is a multiple choice exam and it is timed. So that can cause a little bit of anxiety. I think as we get closer to the exam, 2-3 weeks out from the exam, we'll start to begin reviewing for it and really thinking about it more concretely. But it's okay to kind of put that in the back burner for now. What I've done some semesters, all right, I've offered it sometimes, and other times I've offered it, but the students have not been interested in it, is sometimes I'll offer an alternate final. And that alternate final, I'll just call it the Josh final. That was supposed to be a parentheses. Anyways, the Josh final that I write. The ACS final is mandatory, but this is an extra final you can take. And what I've done some semesters is, assuming you've done both, the mandatory and the optional, I'll just give the higher grade between those two finals for your 10%. Okay, that is an extra final. That does take more time. But some people enjoy taking advantage of that. Not too many. Again, I'll discuss that as we get closer. And this adds up to 100%. I get extra credit questions. Sometimes ask me, do I give extra credit? Occasionally. Sometimes there's nice things going on campus. I think there's a speaker about mental health the other day, or test taking tips, or whatever. Anything interesting going on campus. Sometimes I'll give extra credit for people attending those events. Something I occasionally do on my quizzes is I'll give like a challenge question or two. Not easy, not like overly hard all the time, but like they should be doable for the typical student who's watching all the videos, doing all the homework, and really trying to learn the material, going and doing all the labs well. I'll give one or two of those challenge questions on some of the quizzes. You can get some extra credit. Another source of extra credit is taking quizzes early. In a typical semester, I will have anywhere between 60 to 100, 120 students or something. Hasn't been that high in a while, but usually in like the 70s or 80s. And the testing center, when I use their services, they kindly ask me to not have everyone come on the same day. So what I do sometimes, I'll probably do it this semester, is those who test earlier, they'll get some bonus credit as a result. So as we get closer to our first quiz next week, keep an eye out for a Canvas announcement from me for that info. Speaking of Canvas announcements, okay, this is very important. I use the Canvas announcements exclusively as my way of emailing you all. So the way the Canvas announcement is supposed to work, it's supposed to both be on the Canvas page. You can see all my old announcements I've put over the last few days. Due dates also go here. They're also put here. But they're also supposed to go to your email inbox. If you don't see my Canvas announcements going to your email inbox, I send 2 to 3 announcements a week easily. So if you haven't seen a single announcement from me yet, you've missed them, and I would call email IT immediately to get that fixed. Okay. That's where I'm going to post upcoming quiz details, any new videos, where I'll give information of here's what to do for the week, all that stuff. Knock on wood, if someone found a typo on one of the quizzes, I think I've caught them all, but I'm human, then I would announce it there. Okay, so very important Canvas announcements. All right, I'm gonna pause. I lost my train of thought. Okay, I think I'll end this recording with like frequently asked questions over the last few semesters I've been teaching online. First one, do I have to attend any in-person lectures? No. You're in the online section here, so you're going to be watching the lecture video tutorials that I have on YouTube. Okay, so here's like week 1. Okay, in progress. As week 2 approaches, I'll drag week 2 to the top. If you want to watch ahead, which is totally okay. Week 1, I don't have a ton of material here because when I give this version of the welcome video in person, I get a lot of questions and it ends up being a longer class period. So if you want to work ahead already, week 2, you can just do Control F or Function F for Mac. I forget what it is for Mac to find week 2. 02, I put zeros in front. You can watch next week's videos. In terms of getting a feel for accessing the homework, I don't post that individual homeworks into the Canvas page. You are responsible for going to active, here's the direct link, on a weekly basis or daily basis. The homework is due on a weekly basis. And the active app, if you have it on your phone or tablet, it'll have, I think, pop-up notifications or email notifications, something like that, of due dates. And yeah, it's supposed to send due date notifications to your email. And you also will get due date notifications just by virtue of active being linked to the Canvas. So Canvas will also send you due date notifications that way. Okay. But videos every week, okay, and then homework's due, at least for the class I'm recording for, in this recording, due Mondays, every Monday, okay. Let's see, other frequently asked questions. Attendance, not mandatory, but to state the obvious, if you're not keeping up to speed, you're gonna fall behind and not do well. The majority of the grade is, the quizzes and tests. I don't know. That's all I can think of. I want this video to be lower than 20 minutes, and I succeeded. So any other questions, send them to me. And if it's so many questions, maybe I'll make a separate video or email to answer those frequently asked questions. All right. Have a great semester. Good luck. Feel free to visit me in person. I'm in Evergreen A14. I will try to stop in on some of the different lab sections every now and then to kind of meet some of you and just to put an idea out there. If you've gone to end to this video, if people want to turn meet and greets with me into extra credit, then I am willing to do that. So, but I'm not going to put it out there on my own. You're going to have to email me if you want to take me up on that offer. If you're like more of a shy type or don't like making small talk and stuff, you're like, hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm here for extra credit, nice to meet you, bye. Yeah, I'll give you the credit, sure, why not? Okay, bye-bye.